strategic goals, so saying it was justified, really outlaying a whole lot of areas in which he says the EFF has been consistent. And Bongani, I do want to respond to some criticism of the SABC and of our business news. Today, he was indeed right. We spoke about interest rates with two white economists, and I want to say that that's not the general picture. We aim to be as diversified as possible. We often get black analysts in. I don't know if you have an opinion on this.
Just got us on the wrong day?
I think he got us on the wrong day.
But what he did say, importantly, was that you must stay tuned to Channel 404.
Indeed. All right, now what we have is the EFF saying that Athol Trollip is going tomorrow. He is exiting, but the Patriotic Alliance, now this is a little party in the Nelson Mandela Bay with one seat saying something very different. It says that Athol Trollip will be staying because it is going to vote with the DA against the motion of no confidence in the Mayor Athol Trollip. Let's speak to the PA councillor in the Metro now, Marlon Daniels. He joins us from Port Elizabeth. Marlon, everybody is making U-turns. It's not just the EFF that was once in alignment with the DA. You supported a motion of no confidence in Athol Trollip last year. Why are you supporting him this time round?
Thank you for having me. I must admit first, the sound is not that good. You're coming through very, very faint. I'm battling to hear what you're saying. But if I heard you correctly, why, there's a question of why did I support it the last time? Did I hear correctly?
Exactly. Why are you supporting Athol Trollip this time round when you have not supported him in the past?
Sure. The reasons why we tabled a motion of no confidence in the past was for totally different reasons as to why the EFF is tabling the motions now. And one needs to look at the merit of motions when motions are tabled. This time around, there's no substance in as to why the Mayor Athol Trollip has to be removed, other than the fact of his pigmentation, other than the fact that he's a white man. Julius didn't come up with anything else to convince us that it's reason enough for him to go. So one cannot support somebody who is blatantly racist. I want you guys to understand that our president, Gayton McKenzie, is a very nice guy, but it takes no nonsense from anybody who's got racist connotations to what they say and what they do. So there's no way that it will be tolerated in Patriotic Alliance for us to push the line of racism. We cannot support something like that. Athol Trollip was born a white guy. He was a white guy yesterday, he's one today, and he will be one tomorrow morning when he wakes up. So there's just no substance in wanting to remove him. Come up with something tangible. Put something on the table and say it's because of bad governance, it's because of things that he's not doing that he's supposed to do. But come on, for heaven's sake, you cannot let somebody go for the sake of his color of his skin. We totally disagree as a Patriotic Alliance.
Mr. Daniels, he's just been justifying that, saying this is about achieving something at a strategic national level around land. Your response to that?
Look, and that is where the problem lies. There's 3 tiers of governance: local, provincial, and national. So national issues must be addressed at national levels. You cannot work at ShopRite and go fetch your pay at Pick and Pay. Come on. We need to deal with bread and butter issues, local government issues. And the expropriation of land without compensation has nothing to do with local government. So we disagree there. Yes, it is an important topic to raise. The Khoisan was not in the room when expropriation of land without compensation was discussed. They were not in the room. There's already enough flaws in that, because the First Nation, the indigenous people of this country, has been excluded in the same manner that when they spoke about removing the Mayor Athol Trollip, all other parties and oppositions were excluded. It was only the EFF and the ANC who engaged in discussions around the removing of the mayor. And you cannot do that. You have to be sensitive around who you need to draw into the room and around the table when you want to raise points and opinions and views. You cannot, from Johannesburg, from Braamfontein, want to dictate and tell us as a Patriotic Alliance what to do. I don't know who Julius thinks he is, but he's clearly not the big brother of the Patriotic Alliance.
Mr. Daniels, have you done the numbers correctly? According to a lot of reports, the DA has the ACDP and COPE on board. That gives us 59 seats. With you, the Patriotic Alliance, 60. The ANC and the smaller parties also have 60. So it looks like a dead heat.
Sure. Look, I don't know what Julius puts in his pipe, honestly speaking, because it's quite clear. If there's a tie, 60-60, then the Speaker's got the casting vote. Our Speaker, Jonathan Levac, is a member of the DA. So clearly he will cast in favour of the coalition government in Nelson Mandela Bay. So they don't stand a chance if all the numbers are in the House. I don't know what Julius is saying, that they're going to oust the mayor tomorrow morning. I don't know. Numbers-wise, I thought Zuma was the only one who have problems with numbers, but this is clearly not the case. Problem lies with him as well.
Okay, so you are a one-seat party deciding the fate of a city with more than 1 million people. Were you not tempted to go over to the ANC and who was talking about giving this to the smaller parties, becoming mayor yourself in finality?
Sure, you know what? One has to put people before positions. And in this instance, there's a fundamental mistake the ANC has made. They've ruined the city. The ANC have neglected the northern areas, which is the constituency of the Patriotic Alliance. They didn't give a damn about our people. They didn't care about the coloured community of Nelson Mandela Bay. They took them for granted. And how can I'm from the northern areas, proudly so. How can I allow to raise my hand tomorrow morning in Chambers in support of the ANC and the EFF, knowing what they've done to the northern areas of Mandela Bay? I cannot do that. Our people are very unforgiving, and I've also got a conscience, and I've got a moral compass that needs to guide me in this instance. So no, we shall not support them. Mayor Trollip will be staying come tomorrow, and you will have a Good Friday.
All right, we will follow that motion of no confidence in the Nelson Mandela Bay tomorrow. That was the councillor for the Patriotic Alliance, Marlon Daniels, saying they will support the current DA mayor. Bongani?